This is a property that is going to activate all your senses. What can happen when you work and lead with passion? It has taken us just over a year to complete this project. And today, I want to show you how you can make a house stand out in an area that is surrounded by magnificent houses designed by some of the best contractors and architects from all over the world. How does Fine Urban manage to make a standout house in an environment like this? Let's find out. So let's start right from the gate. This gate was a true labor of love. There's a brand that the client particularly loves, and they wanted that represented somewhere on their property. And because we have access to some of the best materials and the best craftsmen in Kenya, we were able to create something that truly called to that from the get-go. And we were able to fabricate this gate. Not only does it look excellent, it is of the highest quality. Now, from the outside, you can see we were very forward with having plenty of plant life and making sure it was well manicured. And we've transferred those elements to the inside as well. We have planted these climbing plants that lead all the way around the entire perimeter wall. And also you can see the well manicured grass complemented by different heights of trees and bushes and flowers, making an overall experience all over this motor court that is stunning. It's soft, it's welcoming, it's very homely. So we've gone with a gray design here, but the pattern is what truly speaks. So there's still a lot of dimension here, creating something that's visually beautiful that matches what we're actually looking at in the structure, while still providing plenty of space to park. So you can see how navigation in an area like this would be not only pleasant, but also very, very easy. There's a lot of work that has been done to achieve this great amount of symmetry and create the grandeur that this house was actually begging for. We've been able to balance out either side by including balconies, and you can see the detailing when it comes to the molding all the way across the top and then on each floor as you descend. And you can see in the middle, not only do we have those big windows that are absolute magic once you're inside the house, it's magical, but you can see on either side of them, we've also balanced out with those narrow windows, which are also reflected over on this side. Now, as we continue looking more and more forward, of course, you cannot ignore these magnificent pillars. You guys, I don't know if you truly get the scale of what this house is, but these pillars are the thing that actually introduces you on what you should expect. You can see from the base, we have great designs, something that really doesn't make it feel plain and boring. And as you go all the way up, of those crowns up there because they're magnificent. And then to be complemented by these other pillars right over here, completely different shape, great molding, but bold color. There's something that has been done in this house that just makes it feel magical. There's so many moving parts that I can see immediately that make it feel instantly so welcoming. So you can see from the tiling, the dimensions, the colors, the textures, it really does feel homely. We have the water features on either side that will have water running through it. It's going to be so great to hear. And the color selections and the textures here really play a vital part into kind of guiding you into this mega structure. It doesn't feel as intimidating as you'd imagine because everything is drawing you in. So I am here touching the handles. This is going to be the first experience opening up to walk into the door, and I am noticing some very keen details. When I tell you Fine Urban is all about the details, you guys, this is the exact same pattern that we have on the main gate. So you can see that we're tying in those elements, and the overall design of the door is absolutely stunning. We're tying into nature, and you'll notice that as we're going through. So let's step inside and take a closer look. When you step inside, the tiles get a warmer tone, but we are consistent with the sizing because that adds to the overall design of having a house that feels really grand, but feels really classy from the outset. So that's why we've chosen these colors, these textures, and something else that adds to this entire element is the addition of windows to ensure that we're getting so much light in here. And that's why that door is going to have a lot of glass in it. We did not want to bar any of this beautiful natural lighting because it's actually part of the design. Now, what I'm looking at right in front of me is the staircase. We'll get into that. So if you guys are super curious about this, just hold on. We'll be right back to talking about that staircase, but we're gonna head over to this side. Now, the colors on the walls are also very muted, very pared back throughout the entire house. In this space, we have the common bathroom, nice big glossy tiles, very impactful, very luxurious. Of course, we're in the process of installing all the fittings. If you're having a tired day or if you're older, you're gonna have such an easy way to go up and down by using this home elevator. What an addition. This is one of the heights of luxury, and I can't wait to be able to press the button and use it. So you can choose the option of having an easier time going upstairs or taking the scenic route and taking this beautiful spiral staircase. Now, continuing on to follow the tiles, you can see that we've cut into the floor, meaning we're gonna have some lighting features here. That means we're gonna have a beautiful art piece, adding to that sense of welcome and adding to that sense of direction as you're walking through the house. So we're gonna go through this opening. There's another one over there. You're gonna find that some of these rooms have multiple points of access, which makes it so easy to transition from room to room without necessarily engaging with every room in the house. But we are now in the living room. This is quite the living room. I smile so much every time I get into this room because those high double volume ceilings actually just give you a sense of freedom. You just feel like it's a big open space and you can play around, and we've definitely done that here. The tile that we saw from the entryway has been seamlessly brought all the way in here, so you're also getting that sense of style in this house. But let's start with the fireplace. Oh my goodness, I got to see this when it was just in the making, and now to see it come into fruition, how we've chosen to clad it, this tone that's been used is so bold, makes such a statement, and was the perfect way to create a focal point in this living room. So not only do you have this great fireplace here, you can see the design detail also goes all the way up. So you're actually creating such an excellent focal point without having things be too busy. So another thing you could just have there is the TV, and that's one and done, and you've just created such a stylish point in this living room. Over here, we also have another design detail. This is like a wooden detail that has been built out to create this kind of paneling design. This is quite robust, you guys. And the fact that we have the lights up there, meaning as the day gets darker, this beautiful detail will still be highlighted. We have another wall over here. I can see that there's a potential for the client to also mount their TV on this side if that's what they desired. And as we're looking at the other wall, there is a partition between the living room and the dining room that's also going to present another opportunity for the client to create more stories and add more life into this space. Now, I'm looking at the cutouts in this floor, and that tells me one thing. We're going to have sockets in very strategic areas in this floor, so wherever the couches are, you're able to easily plug in, charge your devices, and still enjoy being in the company of your loved ones. That design up there is very eye-catching. I love that we're playing around with geometric shapes. We also have a really big opening here in this living room that kind of leads you out into this veranda, balcony kind of area here. I mentioned this wall earlier with this shelving detail that we built into this wall, but now we have this opening that leads us into the dining area and the kitchen area. Now, this is one of those spaces that has a bit of a story. So when you're working with a house that's this big, it comes with its own challenges. Making sure that it actually feels stylish and well designed is quite difficult. You can see how Fine Urban has been able to kind of demarcate and make a fully functional space of this entire area. So where I'm standing right now is going to be the dining area. The tiles have followed us. It's pretty much the same from the living room. We're gonna have the sink right over there. Of course, we have that beautiful detailing with the shelving over there. And there's something I want us to take a look at, actually. Let's take a closer look at the windows. When I say it's about the details and the small things that you might miss, the addition of this frame around the windows also is very impactful. That's Those are the kind of things that you might miss as you're going through, but you can see intentionally we've chosen to add a frame around these windows to just add another design element. You guys, sometimes it's the things that are so simple and you might miss that creates the biggest impact. Now, moving on forward, we have this huge space, so you can have like maybe a 12-seater in a space like this and still have enough room to navigate. And now we are in the kitchen. You guys, Fine Urban does kitchens like nobody else. Our kitchens are one of a kind. I know our designs have become so popular that some of you are telling your designers to be like, no, this is the kitchen I want in my house. I want you guys to create this kitchen. So instead of doing all that and ending up with a headache, you guys just call us. Give us a call and we will build you your dream kitchen that is going to be truly one of a kind. It's not going to be a copy of someone else's kitchen. And you can see here we've managed to create yet another unique, very spacious, very functional kitchen. So we have multiple counters, which is always an A++ plus in any kitchen. We have this counter over here, which can serve as like a worktop. So you can have a couple of stools on that side. This section that's a bit lower will allow you to engage with whoever is here, but also can be a very functional, like a workspace. We have tons of cabinetry down here, more counter space, more storage over there, and then we still had enough room to create an island. Oh my gosh, having an island is truly a luxury and one we will always include where we can. And this kitchen definitely, because we measured out everything and made sure we were giving the client enough space. When you look at the edges, we've actually done like a waterfall edge, so it has like a very seamless kind of feel to it. Sometimes you will just open a door and discover something new. Ease of living. This is a Lazy Susan. Again, making full use of every nook and cranny and making things easily visible and accessible at each and every corner. We want you to add a bit of personality to all your spaces. So you can see even here behind the door, we have created some cabinetry, some shelving for storage. I always think that spaces like this are really good for having all your cookbooks. You know, maybe you can have a picture of Gordon Ramsay in here. I don't know. You guys tell me what you would do with this, but it's such a great little playful space that adds an extra element of storage. But we're not done quite yet, because as I said, it was a haul, a big haul. Oh, actually, this would also be a really nice place to kind of store books and maybe spices, you know, things that you reach for frequently, or your beautiful crockery. Nice addition, I actually quite love that. So speaking of the haul, we created this section right over here where we have the chef's kitchen. And of course, this house does not lack natural light, so we have nice big windows and a great view to the front. So this kitchen also is very easily accessible from multiple points. So you can see you can come from the living room into the dining, into the kitchen, or there's another entryway from there. We have the SQs on that side, so if someone's coming from that direction, easily accessible from there. And then we also have this door that leads directly from the entry point into the kitchen, so you don't have to do all that circling about to access it, and that is just excellent. And of course, we're continuing with the inclusion of those very beautiful handles on all the doors. So let's get into the family room. So we're going to go back down these stairs. We have the main living room, and now we have the family room. You can see the colors already down. The choice to continue on with the tiling, it's to create that seamless essence. The colors on the walls is to create that softness in the room. And even as you're looking up at the gypsum design, it's to create that excitement. This immediately tells you that this is a room that's a bit more fun, a bit more relaxed. So you can actually feel that as soon as you walk in. If you're wondering, hey Cynthia, are you going to customize the furniture? Are you going to be importing it? Because we know Fine Urban can go any way. I'm going to tell you that this house is going to be fully furnished by Living Luxe. And if you want to see how that turns out, you already know what to do. Make sure you're subscribed, guys. I'm telling you, the final reveal is coming. The next video on this house is going to be the final reveal, and everything will be in place. Here you actually have access to the rooftop of the outdoor gazebo, but we're going to get into that later. But still, it's just that element of bringing the outside in and creating excellent views. So this entire veranda area is shared by the living room and the dining area. So when you're in either of those rooms, you're able to actually come outside and really enjoy the beautiful views. We're gonna head down this hallway. Something that you'll notice when it comes to this house is the fact that it's so well lit, and that's thanks to not only are we integrating the natural lighting in every nook and cranny, but we have also added in recessed lights and different types of lighting where necessary. A hallway like this is very nicely spaced, but let me show you something, you guys. So right now we have the white light on. Now you have a warmer light. Now you have something that's a bit cooler, and we're back to that white light. This is a feature that you'll find in each and every room in this house because we want to give our client the ability to change up the vibes, change up the ambiance, and really set the mood and the tone for their house any time of day. Now we're entering the bedroom number 1. Let me start right at the door. And just another pit stop as I'm interacting with the door. Look at that handle. I did say it's gonna be fully an experience from what you see and what you also touch. Look at the detail on that. That just feels so robust. I love that it's a more silver and it's like brushed silver feeling, so it's not going to be really mucky and dirty, and it feels very, very sturdy. So behind this door, we have the first elements of cabinetry in this bedroom, the area where you're going to have your shoe rack. So this is going to be an entire shoe rack. And as we go on, we have the bathroom on this side, but we have another pit stop for cabinetry. Look at this gorgeous paneling on this TV wall here. We've kept the tile in a more warmer tone, big dimensions, so it doesn't get too busy. And of course, adding more detail to the walls over here where we're gonna have the headboard. Of course, we have great views out to the front of the property. Now, looking on up, we have a simple gypsum design. So over here, we have the bathroom. Every room in this house is an ensuite. We've gone with glossy tiles that have more of a gray finish to them. And of course, we have this shower cubic, which is actually quite big with the sliding glass doors. Oh, look at that mechanism. Oh, that is nice. That's actually quite smooth. I really, really like that. So we have a very big shower cubic. Over here, I see the potential to have some shelving in here. When you see recessed sections like this, just know that we usually have a plan for that. So it looks like it would be such a fantastic place to have a couple of shelves there, and maybe you could balance all your bits and bobs, you know, your shower gels and all that. Now heading on out, we're gonna go back to where we started, back to the entry. When I say there's been change, there's been great transformation. It's been exemplified at multiple points as we're walking through this property. But where I feel it the most has to be the staircase. From how it greets you, and then the overall impact that it has as you're navigating, as we've navigated this entire bottom floor. There's such a great change. And that's why I say our properties are usually unrecognizable, even to the people who have been here from the beginning, because I'm asking the videographer, I'm like, what was this place like before? And you guys will actually get to see it as I'm touring. I've just felt like I am walking up a set of stairs in a very luxurious, very expensive hotel somewhere in Dubai. I don't know if it's the tones in the tiles or the simplicity of the color, the curvature of the staircase. We have come to the other stop of the elevator. You will notice that on each and every floor, there is a stop. Easy living is the theme of the day. So we're gonna let's actually take a break. Let's pause right here. The opportunity that we have created to be able to enjoy this house from all corners is absolutely amazing. The designs look great when you're down there, but you might be like, I'm sure if I got closer, things are a bit wonky. We have said absolutely not. Stand here, take a closer look at the gypsum design and see this house from this view and actually see, do these things actually work from every angle? So I want to go down this way. There's a bedroom here, so we're counting the bedrooms. We've seen one downstairs. We're going to go into bedroom number 2. We also have another big hallway here. These things make a sense of privacy as you're entering more private areas of the house. So I love that we have another big hallway here. The lights are also, you can change that ambiance and make them a bit warmer. And now we're gonna go behind this door into bedroom number 2. We have the bathroom here, but you know what's always gonna be different is the type of tiling that we choose to install in the bathrooms. Here we have something that's more gray, a bit lighter, a bit softer, but we're still retaining that luxury of having the big glossy tiles. We have it all on the walls and it goes down onto the floors, and things change up a bit when you get into the shower cubic. You can see the consistency with the quality of things that we're choosing. That's another thing we really pride ourselves on. I really enjoy how we've done the breaking up of this gray tile with something that's really bold and black, and then taking that onto the floor, kind of demarcating these areas. So each bathroom is still going to have its own bit of story and its own sense of character. See here, we also have tons of cabinetry. Not only do you have that section there, we also have this little nook here where we have created more storage. And of course, whether you're getting ready during the day or the night, we'll always ensure you have plenty of lighting. And here you can see we have installed the spotlights to ensure that, but it's during the day now, and you can see that the sunshine is really reaching each and every corner. And as we're looking up at the gypsum design, things have switched up again. Each room still has its own character, and this room also has a view to the gate and to the beautiful luscious lawn and into the driveway area and the entrance. And then of course, looking at the pillars at the entrance and the gypsum design up there, everything just looks so excellent. I definitely feel like the lady of the manor here. The way the lawn has been manicured, it feels like truly you're in a one-of-a-kind mega mansion in Africa. I'm gonna go back down this corridor, and here we are behind door number 2 on this floor. We have another huge family room, mirrors what we saw downstairs, but this one is gonna have a special feature. I had a chance to chat with the lead designer. I was like, okay, so the house is almost finished, but you know, what are we gonna do in these family rooms? I mean, I know there's gonna be a screen, and he said, let me tell you something. In this family room, we're gonna have a wall-to-wall screen. Wall-to-wall screen. These are not small walls. He said, we're gonna have a wall-to-wall screen. I cannot wait to see how we actually put that in. I love this paneling design here on the wall. I did say keep an eye out on what we're doing with the walls, because these are very clever ways of adding texture and intrigue into a space without, again, putting a garish color or adding tiles all over the place. So I really love the paneling detail that we've done here. Now over on this corner, I can see we have a bit of a partition, and we also have some shelving here. So with this being a family room, it could be an excellent place to also add trinkets. I believe that the owners of this home are avid travelers, so you're gonna have plenty of trinkets, so that's why you're gonna see so many display areas. That would be a great place for trinkets or snacks, or movie memorabilia. I think that would actually be quite excellent. A kitchenette, snacks, drinks. You don't have to run downstairs to get a glass of water in the middle of a really good movie. So we've made sure to integrate a kitchenette here, and of course, all customized cabinetry. We're gonna enter this section, which is another hallway, so you know we're entering into a more private area. We're gonna start with this bedroom over here. So this is gonna be bedroom number 3 that we're gonna take a look at. Ah, I see. So this is what's gonna happen. Because I think all the doors until now have just been white. Ooh, that is interesting. So we're gonna have this really nice bold gray, like also creating contrast in subtle ways, adds the vibe of the house, adds to the design, the overall design. So I really love that I'm seeing this as a touch that looks like we're gonna add, I can see some tape there, so we're still gonna get contrast even in the doors. Anyway, I'm really enjoying that. So for this room, we have the section here where it is the walk-in closet, and we also have the bathrooms. There's a way we're leaning into nature. So when you're looking at the wood that we've chosen, there is a bit of graining to it. It feels very natural. So we're still bringing that outside in very subtle ways, but most of all, it's about using the space to the best of its capability. So we have cabinetry over there, we have more cabinetry, and it's just as dynamic as we've seen in the other rooms. I'm enjoying this little bit of detail here with the black. subtle ways of adding contrast, and then it's very definitive, like, okay, that's where I'm supposed to hold when I'm opening. So it makes it very, very easy to use this space. And then beyond, I don't want to disturb the team as they're working. The work must go on. We do have the bathroom. This is another ensuite bathroom. Here I can see we've gone with warmer tones. I can see that the finishing edges are gold in there. So that bathroom actually feels like a bit of me because it's very, very warm and of course very spacious with the best of the best when it comes to the fittings. Now let's go into the main space. The dimensions of these rooms, I'm noticing they're quite similar. It's very, very standard. I was speaking about trinkets earlier. Whoever has this room has such a great opportunity to really, again, inject your own personality. So beyond what we do, we create so many opportunities for our client to make their house a home. Looking over at this side, this is where we're gonna have the headboard. We're continuing with that use of paneling to add oomph and texture into a room. So we have something that's rather simple on this side, and then this is where you get the wham, bam, thank you ma'am bits. You have the texture on that, and also kind of plays into other elements that we've seen. The gypsum design is very, very simple, but you can see there's recessed sections to kind of just highlight and bring that warmth of the light in. And I can see here we also have the spotlights that are highlighting the headboard, but all around surrounded by these recessed lights as well to just make sure each and every corner is well lit. This room also has a great view outside onto the motor court. Every opportunity you'll get, whether you're looking at the other side of the house or this side, there's always beauty to be found. Look at that perimeter wall. Isn't that one of the most gorgeous things that you've ever seen? This house is so grand and yet so homely. I just love that sensation. While I'm here, let's actually point out that each and every balcony also has some molding detail. You can see the edges of the house. Guys, these are the things that you're going to enjoy from the outside. You're going to look at the house and be like, what is it about that house that's so special? It just feels different. And these are the little details that actually make that difference. It's just, every angle. I truly mean it. But before, I get caught up gushing over here, let's continue because we still have so much more house to enjoy. Big windows I talked about in the living room that are serving the corridor over there. They're also kind of serving this area because that light is naturally going to enter this area. But of course, to assist, we also have some spotlights and some recessed lights in here. So it's easy to navigate throughout this entire house. It's all about easy living. And part of that is never straining to use any space of your house at any time of day. Immediately, I can see the use of paneling here. So we have that textural element, and you can see we have this section that kind of juts out. That's going to be the TV wall. It's very multi-dimensional, creating a really great focal wall over there. We can see this gypsum design, again, nice curved edges, reminds me of the other room, but here you can see we've added the detail of adding something with sharper edges, like is it rectangular? I don't know the exact measurements. I can see we're also using some wood paneling to kind of highlight where the headboard is going to be. I have a crazy feeling that when you see us using wood like this, it means that the headboards are not going to be simple. It's not gonna be like, oh, let's just get a bed with a normal headboard. I feel like these boards are gonna play such a huge part in creating a grandiosity in these rooms and having a very high-end feel in here. Seeing as how we also have the spotlights. The spotlights always tell you something special is going to happen there. So I can't wait to see what turns out in there. Now, the cabinetry is over on this side. We have another corridor over here. We can see we're continuing with that sense of nature, with these great contrasts in the handles. We're using each and every corner. You guys, it's so easy. I can see how easily reachable everything is going to be. And that we've just maximized the amount of space that we're actually creating in terms of storage for this bedroom. As always, customization is the way to go because you're going to get the best use out of your space, and that's always our goal. Now we also have the bathroom over here. This one also has a warmer vibe to it, but it's a bit more pared back than the other one we saw. We have the shower cubic. The floors are nice and textured to ensure that there's not a ton of slippage. And then there's the slip that's right over where the cistern would be, which, listen, all your extra toilet rolls, just put them there. So you never have one of those things where you're calling someone to bring you tissues. But yeah, it's well lit, great privacy, tons of natural lighting. We have another big opening. Each and every bedroom has its own walk-in closet, has its own bathroom, and also has its own balcony. It's just going to be a fight of which view do you prefer, therefore which side of the house would you like to stay in, because we want people to get the most use out of these balconies. On this side, tons of greenery. I'm looking down at our two big bowls, and then we have that outdoor section, and they can get a sneak peek to the rooftop of the DSQ over there. You can see that you can access it through the staircase. Get a great view of the lawn and the little corner there that is the flower garden, and you actually get to see the perimeter wall kind of wrap around and get a full understanding of how everything from the front of the house to the back of the house really was designed in like a way that is completely seamless. So here you can also see the gazebo. You know what's making my heart so happy? Do you see the stepping stones right over there? From up here, you can see how neat that grass is. That looks like we've actually cut out fake grass and put it between those stones, but I guarantee, I'm telling you guys, that's real grass. But let me not get into that. We're gonna go outside and I'm gonna get to experience those things, but I just love the size of this balcony. It's so well spaced out as well. So we're about to head on back up to the final floor on the staircase. So you guys, follow me. This house has changed so much. I barely remember what it was like. Barely, because this is what it feels like it should have always been, and now to be executed and to feel the full potential of it, magical. It's truly a magical experience, and I'm so glad that I get to be here for it. On this floor, we have these gorgeous beams of light shining down. That's what I was experiencing as I was walking up the stairs. It's because we have these skylights that are really providing light and creating such a gorgeous glow on this floor, but it's also beaming down all the way to the stairs. Every angle, every section, every corner has been thought out to ensure that we're getting maximum natural light at every angle. I just really enjoy that about this house, because it's one of those houses that could get overwhelmed by spots of darkness. It's a huge house. You're going to have a number of hallways, and if you're not careful and you're not really thinking about that deeply, you're going to end up with some really dark spots. But as I've been able to demonstrate as I'm walking through, it's well lit. It's so well lit at every nook and cranny. Of course, we also have these big windows looking out to the front of the house. And as we continue on, the tiles are following us. They're continuing to follow us in the same dimensions, creating a sense of harmony and fluidity to the entire home. And we've come to the final stop of our home elevator. So you can see you're going to be able to either take the scenic route, as I have, walking up, which I would love to do day in and day out, because when you have a set of stairs like that, I would definitely want to take the scenic route. But if you're tired or if you're older, it's really good to have the option of an elevator, which will just make your life so much easier. Now we're gonna go in this direction. Let's start this way, because behind this door, we have the master bedroom, and I know you guys really want to see it, but let's finish up on this floor first. We have a bedroom here. The same design elements have been kept consistent. We just want to wrap it up by adding in the storage. Let's take a look at the bathroom, because I feel like for me, the bathrooms on this property are super exciting, because I always know that the tiling is really going to be something special. Did I lie? Did I lie? I didn't lie. It is quite something special, and this is my favorite tiling throughout this entire property. Now we're gonna see this tiling somewhere else, and you're really going to get to feel the essence of it and how it works in different spaces. I've always enjoyed how it works in here, because I can still see the pools of greens and browns and blues. So in this bathroom, it works excellently. The fittings are well fitted, and we have everything in situ in here. And this is the little lip detail I was talking about, where you put all your extra toilet rolls. But this bathroom has been excellently done. seamlessly from floor all the way up to the ceiling. And this bedroom also does have a balcony looking out to the front of the house. We're gonna go to the master bedroom and see what a work of art it actually is. Welcome to the master bedroom. Let's start the tour over on this side. So we have the home office area that was particularly requested by the client. So we've just made sure to give them some storage, give them enough room to bring in a nice big desk, and of course ensure there's a ton of natural light coming in. I've noticed that this room does have a warmer tone to the paint on the wall. Nice big window for plenty of light to pour into this space. Now into this corner, this would be a great place for storage. Every office needs even more storage, so it would be a great place to continue the storage of the office. Or even we have another nook over here, which is like a lounge area, which I think would be a perfect place to have a couple of really cushy seats and enjoy a good book on those days where you just want to look out onto your property. So you could also use that as a home library area. This balcony has the same view as we've been seeing to the front of the house, and also has a really up close view of the pillars, so we can see the crowns of them looking really, really good, really spick and span. So going back inside into the master bedroom, we're now going into the main area. Nice big space, takes up practically majority of this entire floor. So we're about to see some really, really big spaces and how we've been actually able to make them super functional. So over here you can see we are building out a kitchenette. Again, being a big house, we want to make things as simple as possible to access. So for those thirsty nights or those mornings where you just want to start your day off with a good cup of coffee, you have this kitchenette over here to kind of prepare that and never feel like you have to leave your bedroom to do that. We'll have the headboard right over here, so our clients can wake up every morning and look out and be greeted by nature. Again, just having those trees and that nature be the first thing they see. There's not a more serene way to kind of start your day. We have a TV wall over on this section. Looks like we have a recessed area where we might be installing a fireplace to just make this room as cozy as possible. So we've built out this TV wall. So I can also see an opportunity to have like a seat or two here, because this room is big enough to also have like a slight, like a bit of a lounge area. So I'm curious to see how Living Lux really tackles that in terms of when we come to the point of doing that furnishing. Let's take a look at the gypsum design. Circular. It's one big, simple circle, and that's all this room needed. Another set of huge sliding glass doors, and since we are at the top of the top, we're getting so much more sunshine, so we decided to add in this pergola detail, but we still wanted that light to come in, so we made it clear so the client can still sit out here and take it all in. Remember, we're trying to be sneaky about that Going Green initiative and kind of getting people really into it, because if you're experiencing in your day-to-day life, you're gonna start feeling in touch with nature. So I just love that we've even thought of that and given a cover so you don't have an excuse to like be like, oh, it's too hot. Nah, you're covered, we got you. So this is another opportunity for a great view and having a couple of seats here. Now going back to the inside, we're now going to go beyond this paneling. What's beyond the door? It just creates a sense of mystery. Again, it's another element that kind of pulls you and draws you into it. And you guys, we are walking into the walk-in closet that is actually the size of a whole bedroom. This is a whole other bedroom in this house. It's insane, but we have seen the house. We have seen the scale and we understand our clients and we know exactly what they need. What they need essentially is a walk-in closet that feels like a boutique. Do you have wig heads? Do you have handbags? Do you have shoes? Do you have watches? Do you have ties? Like, what's your niche? Every single thing has space within this. So we have a vanity area right at the entrance. We're gonna create a whole old Hollywood feel to it. And then we have more storage on this side. You can see we have multiple hanging areas, we have drawers, folding areas, and here would be such a great place to put all your handbags and maybe some of your shoes. And when I'm talking about islands, we saw in the kitchen, but let me tell you, I have actually designed quite a number of boutiques within Nairobi, and this was one of those elements that I got to experience in boutiques. I was like, yeah, you know, it's a boutique, so you'll need to display like maybe accessories that you have. And then to see that implemented in a walk-in closet, initially, I'll be honest, I was like, no, but that's a boutique thing, you don't do that. But doesn't it make sense? If I had a feature like this that allows me to have an easy, first of all, another work surface, I could display things on top of it, but also allows me to neatly arrange maybe my glasses, my jewelry, if for the guys, your watches and other bits and bobs, it's so excellent, and it just makes the functionality of the space so much better. Some of the details that I want you guys to really pay attention to is the fact that we have these little ridges here. That means we're also going to implement some lighting, adding to that feel of the room, but also very functional when you're getting ready in the evenings and this space might be darker. The visibility is always going to be A1 no matter what time of day it is. Look, as with every room we've seen, we're using each and every corner. So overall, this walk-in closet for me is a gem. Now, we're about to walk in to the master bathroom, which is one of my favorite spaces. I know it's some of you guys' favorite spaces, so if you guys have been here before, you know what you're expecting, but there's been some changes, there's been some transformations, so let's enjoy the space in its full glory. This is the master bathroom. I promise you guys, you would get to see that tile that we saw in the other room in its full glory, like actually get to experience it. And this is the space where you get to do that. It's all over the walls, and then it goes down all to the floor, and then it goes up the entire wall. It is excellent. It feels so rich. Actually, that's it. It actually just feels very rich. I love that color and how bold it is and how seamlessly it's been installed as well. So over in this corner, we're gonna have a nice big tub over here for nice and soaking. And we have the toilet bowl over there, and we have this shower cubic in here. So you can get all your business done. Everything in the plumbing is in, everything is nice and secure, but of course we have to kind of make more of the space. So we knew from the beginning of this project that we wanted to create another opportunity for our clients to be able to look out with, while still having their privacy. Obviously this is a bathroom, but this was one of those ideas that I heard our lead designer talking about, and I was like, okay, so how are you gonna do that exactly? How is it gonna happen? But now I'm standing here today and I'm seeing it, and the vision has actually come to life. So what we have built here is the his and her sink. So this is gonna be the main vanity area, and we're gonna have these floating mirrors over here so it doesn't obstruct the view completely. And you can see on either side, we've also created storage areas. There's a great balance in here for his and hers. So we have the open shelving, and then we have the cabinets down there, and still there's a sense of just openness in this bathroom. It's absolutely excellent. I love it, and it brings me great joy every time I step into this bathroom. So keep an eye out. I told you this house is a full visual and tactile experience. So even these gold handles that you can see here, and at the doors of the entrance of the bathroom. Oh, gorgeous. This outdoor space is gonna be a private jacuzzi area. Y'all, when you work hard and you get to a point where you can build your family a dream home, no one will blame you for wanting to have a private jacuzzi area in your master bedroom. That is so dreamy, and considering the kind of views you have from up here as well, there couldn't have been a more perfect area to create a relaxing section. We're about to actually go outside, and we're gonna see fully what this house looks from the outside and get a deeper understanding that if you don't get to tour the inside, why is it that this house stands out even in an environment surrounded by beautiful homes? So let's go outside. There's multiple ways you can access the backyard on this property. I'm going to be using those steps, but there's a path here, there's a path through the house, and there's more steps on that other side. That's another shining glory of this property. It's so well thought out. No matter what angle you are approaching it from, it is really easy for you to access every corner. So here we are, and I'm just appreciating the continuation of plant life and the use of the landscape lighting joining us and kind of being on our side as we're heading. I love the idea of having these plants right up against the wall. It's so complementary, and it actually softens up an area that would actually kind of feel more tough because there's a lot of cement and bold colors on there. So I can't wait to see how this house ages with time, because these plants are only gonna grow bigger and bloom and add even more life to an already abundant area. So right behind us here, we have an outdoor kitchen area, which also has like an underground tank, and then it's attached to the SQ. So we have 2 rooms in the SQ that are all en suite, well designed. I'll be showing you guys that in more detail at the final reveal, but there's even more gems to be discovered. We have areas like this. We saw them at the front of the house, and even as we were turning around the corner, you saw another feature like this. So we're gonna have multiple areas for people to enjoy the sounds of water and really have that auditory experience. And then we have an opening here in the basement. I bet you guys didn't think we had a basement, but this, I know it doesn't look like much right now. There's multiple areas that we're still using for storage, but this is going to be a purely entertainment area. We're going to have a whole spa in here. If you want to find out more details about what we are intending to do with this space, I have gone into excruciating detail in multiple videos. So if you just want to catch up with the rest of us and what's going on this property before we do the final reveal, I highly recommend that you go back to our channel. We have so many videos, and you'll be able to get a deeper understanding of what's happening. But for now, this is going to be a fun area. There's going to be a games room. There's going to be a whole spa area. So we're really creating an experience for relaxation. Now this is a gazebo that has been very well thought out. Whether you want to come sit out here, we've ensured that if the sun is very hot, you have a covering, but you also have plenty of space inside. At the moment, yes, we're using it for storage, but it is going to be one of those entertainment areas that's going to have a couple of lounge seats in there. There's going to be a screen. I feel like there's enough room to have like a billiards table. So this is one of those spaces, and just when you think we're finished, no, we want to give you a full experience of each structure that you have within your property. So obviously you have the entertainment area. Nature will call, and you don't necessarily want to go in and out of the house. So we have tucked in the bathroom right in that corner, so you can have the ultimate privacy as a guest on this property. But we also have another area where you can create a bit of separation. We all know, when you're having a big party, everybody is coming together. You might want to branch off, in smaller groups to have different discussions, enjoy a nice glass of wine. And that's why we thought it was important to have a rooftop that was accessible on the gazebo. So you can see we have multiple sections. So you can have this section, maybe leave it open, and then you can have this section and maybe have another roofing on it, so you can still use it if it's sunny, if it's a beautiful day like today. So you have multiple choices on how to enjoy this entire structure. And of course, for safety, as you can see from here, we do have the glass railing with the chrome handles, and you can see that also reflected all throughout the structure. So there's a real sense of harmony and togetherness with all the structures that you're going to see on this property. So if you decided to access the backyard through the house, you could either come out of the family room, the main living room, or the dining room, and it's as easy as getting to this staircase, drinking it all in as you go, and a couple of steps, and you arrive at your destination. Just like everything else that you will experience on a property designed by Fine Urban Real Estate Construction and Interiors, the landscaping is also meticulously done. I promised y'all that this was going to be a multi-sensory experience, and that's why I had to take my shoes off, because I'm like, I have to feel this grass. Is it as soft as it looks? 100% this is plush. I can see kids running around here. I can see so many great memories being created in a space like this, and that's all we can hope for as a company. We've included this landscape sculpture. It's a beautiful pop of color. It's playful. It tells you exactly what this area has been designed for, and then it's very well complemented by the natural features of the flowers in different colors, so vibrant. You have the butterflies here, and from here I can see the other ones as well. So it's just a very nice way of rounding things out. I have made sure to emphasize throughout this property that the biggest thing is the transformation. I don't lie when I say I will be watching this video alongside you guys, because I'm so curious to see in real life the befores and afters of where we've arrived, because it's magnificent. There's no other word to describe it but absolutely magnificent. I want to wish you all a happy new year, and I want you guys to stay tuned with us for the entire year, because things are really going to get bigger and better from here on out. And in order to stay with us on this journey, there's one simple thing you need to do, and that's to hit the subscribe button and join us for these wonderful journeys. Bye!